Hi, welcome to Don't Pull the Chicken Switch 1.5 Minute Nugget. I'm your host, Kit Alowitz, checking in today from my home office in beautiful Utah. Today's 1.5 Minute Nugget is two parts. It's going to talk about step 5 of the 7 steps to less chicken switching. Step 5 is commitment. But the name of the nugget specifically is, until one is committed, there is hesitancy. And I'm taking it from some of the works of a gentleman that I ran across not too long ago. His name is William Hutchinson Murray, and he was a climber. And he was born decades ago, 1913. He died in 1996 at the age of 83. And he's the author of many books, including one called 1951 Scottish Himalayan Expedition. And William also spent 3 years in the prisoner camps during World War II, and while he was imprisoned in the camps, he wrote a book called Mountaineering in Scotland. And this is the cool part. While he was in the prison camps, the first draft of the manuscript was written on toilet paper, rough toilet paper, that is. And it just so happens that the Gestapo found the toilet paper and destroyed it. And to the incredibleness of his fellow prisoners, Murray, his response to the loss of all that toilet paper and his first manuscript gone was to simply start writing again, even under the ongoing imminent threat of starvation. And at the time, there were times when he was in prison for those 3 years where he thought he wasn't going to ever have a chance to climb again. And the rework written manuscript was officially published in 1947, and it was followed up with another sequel to the book. And both of the manuscripts focus on winter climbing specifically. And they really, some would argue, helped inspire the post-war renaissance in the sport of climbing. And so I'd like to focus on just a quote from Murray about the nature of commitment, and until there's commitment, there's hesitancy. And I'm going to read you the quote since I don't have it all memorized. But it's a great little quote as it comes to the pinnacle point of not chickening out, where you've got to make a commitment. Until there's a commitment, there can often be hesitancy. So here's the quote. And I quote, "This may sound too simple, but in great it is consequence. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness concerning all acts of initiative and creation. There is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits itself, then providence moves too." Now he goes on, he says, "All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events and issues from the decision rising in one's favor, from all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no man or woman could have dreamt would or could have come their way." Now finally he quotes Goethe, which I love him. He says, "I learned a deep respect from one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power and magic in it." So there's a little quote from Murray talking about the nature of commitment. And my challenge to you is you have to have commitment at some point along the way. And if you look at my 7 steps to less chicken switching, it talks about there's some prequels, if that's the right word, to making a commitment. They are, one, you've got to have the knowledge, which then, give or take, I don't know if it's before or after, really drives them, in my opinion, the most important step, which is desire. You've got to have the desire. And if desire isn't an 8, 9, or 10, then you're in jeopardy of pulling the chicken switch. Once desire and knowledge are put into place, it creates awareness, which then creates choice. And once you have choice, then you're in a well-educated position to make a commitment. And after commitment, then comes practice, and then finally accountability. So I challenge you, look at something you're working on. You've got to get commitment to it. And before commitment, hesitancy will occur, which can be challenging. But there's a sequential way to get around it. My challenge is go after it. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.